Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install a keyless entry lock system for your door to get into your home from my friends Brightify. They sent me the lock system and the instructions so I can show you how to replace a deadbolt or a lock system that you don't like anymore. A few years ago I posted a video on my channel about how to fix a deadbolt, and in all honesty I fixed the issue, which was opening the door, and not the deadbolt itself. I also mentioned in the comments that if you are having the same problem and you get the door open, you should actually replace the deadbolt that malfunctioned. I'll put a link in the descriptions below of that video. It's gotten over 150,000 views, which means it's a pretty common problem. So my friends at Brightify saw the video and said, hey, I got an idea for you. You don't need a key. All you need is a code with a keyless entry system. Now, I didn't know what door I wanted to put it on. I have two entry doors into the home. The main door on the front porch and the service door from the garage that we use 90% of the time. I don't know what the lock system looks like. I haven't even opened it up. So I will decide after I see it where I'm going to put it. I'd like to put it on the front door, but since most of us use the garage, it only makes sense to put it in the garage. This would especially be helpful for me because I work nights, and when I come home in the morning, that door is locked. And sometimes I forget my house key. So let's go over to the bench and open this box. All right, let's check this out. Let's see what's in here. All right, this appears to be the handle that will go on the door. Looks like it's powder coated black. I like that. And box. This would be the keypad. Set of keys in case the battery dies, I assume, and the lock system itself. Okay. All right. Let's put that back. Some instructions. I also got an email with a PDF list of instructions. What do we got here? Another handle. Powder coated black. All right. Seems to be two different options for you as far as style goes if you have a one-piece handle with a lock, or if you have just a lock. Various door parts and the deadbolt part. So this would be the actual door handle. This would be the deadbolt. And a list of instructions. It looks like these instructions are made if you have a blank door slab, and you can install it into a door slab as well as a regular standard door. All right, let's check this out in further detail, shall we? Now, I'm not sure which type I'm going to use. I need to figure it out first and pick the door I want to put it on. So I think I'm going to do a reconnaissance. Recon, go look at the doors, figure out which one I want to use. Seems to be a pretty good installation instructions in English. So I'm going to have to go over those. They even give you a template that you can cut out, tape on your door if you're actually using a slab door that you have to drill stuff for. Here's another one. This would apparently be the double system. Got a lot of paperwork here I need to go through. There is a programming and operating instructions list as well once you get the door lock installed. Wow. So I'm going to sort this stuff out and I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, I've looked at both doors and have decided to put this on the front entry door at my front porch. I am going to use the decorative handle for the bottom with no lock and the deadbolt keyless entry on top. The reason for the choice is the front door only has a deadbolt with a decorative handle on the bottom, whereas the service door in the garage has a locking handle and a locking deadbolt. This way I won't be changing any dynamics. It'll be one lock, one door opener on the bottom. Let's go get this thing done. Before we head up, let's grab some tools. Now I don't need chisels or anything like that because I'm not going to be putting this on a blank slab where I have to drill holes with a hole saw and chisel out mortises. What I am going to need are a few screwdrivers. So listening at the list, we do need, it says we need a drill, which we will need to drill through the door for the decorative handle at the bottom. We need a 3/8 drill bit and a pencil and a Phillips head screwdriver. This is my deco drill. Very lightweight drill. If you're interested in a drill like this, I've been using this thing really well. It's put up with a lot of abuse. It is a 20-volt brushless deco drill, and you can find a link to this below in the comments. I also like to use a little Ryobi screwdriver, drill driver. None of this is sponsored by these companies. I just like to use the tools, tell you which tools I'm using. All right, I'm going to go over these instructions with you step by step. I will not be fast forwarding because I don't want you to miss anything. Let's go. I work on the floor a lot for some reason. Oh, nobody's outside. It's safe to open the door. Avoid carpal tunnel. Use this tool. There is an Allen screw behind this cover plate, which I had to get to. This is the template that they give you. It's got the two holes if you're going to put in the deadbolt and the door handle into a slab. I'm going to fold it, and I only need the bottom hole as a reference. So I folded it down there, and then I'm going to tape it on. I feel around, make sure it's over the right spot, and then tape the bottom of it, and I will take a center punch and mark where I need to drill. Unfortunately, this is not a solid door. It is an insulated door in between the two slabs on the front and back. After drilling the hole, it fit fine, and you insert the screw from the other side. Don't forget to compare the old slide bolt with the new. They are adjustable. So I had to pull it back to make sure it was set just like the last one. Once they were matched, I put it in. You're going to want to leave these screws in the bolt a little loose so you can finagle the front handle and the back handle throughout the assembly process. At first I made them too tight, then I had to loosen them. Don't make my mistake. Then I needed a flashlight and a line-up tool so I could put the bottom screw in on the back side of the door. You're going to want to test this mechanism over and over and over to make sure everything opens smoothly. If you need to, extend your deadbolt itself by pulling it apart at this juncture right here. Then just follow the instructions. Insert the deadbolt latch set into the door edge hole with the word up and the arrow on the extension plate facing up. I don't have that word on this, but that's okay. The cross-shaped spindle connector will be at the bottom of the deadbolt latch set. That's this thing right there. Make sure the faceplate sits flush at the door. Do not force the latch into the mortise flush, and then using 2 3/4 inch screws provided, screw the latch into the door. Now let's prepare the interior assembly. Remove the battery cover by sliding the cover upward. Just like that. Now locate the screws holding the mounting plate to the interior assembly. You can see them right there, those 2 little silver screws. Remove the screws to release the mounting plate from the interior assembly. There is one more screw at the bottom right here. Make sure you take that one out as well, and then that interior plate will just fall out, like so. Now you have to set the entry switch for a left or right-handed door. I have a right-handed door. This shows you where the button goes for a left-hand door and a right-hand door, which I have. Be careful when you're handling this. Do not touch the board. There's the little switch. Mine is already at the right position, to the right. Now we're going to set the interior knob position for left or right-hand hinge doors. The interior knob goes in the horizontal position for left-handed doors, and it goes in the vertical position for right-handed doors. I have a right-handed door. Now we're going to install the exterior assembly. Work with the door open for easy access. Unpack the exterior assembly. Use care not to scratch the green circuit board during handling and installation. Check that the rubber gasket's properly seated on the exterior assembly figure, which it is right there. It's one big piece of rubber that fits over the whole back of it. Insert the exterior assembly onto the door with the tailpiece going through the deadbolt latch set cross-shaped spindle connector in the vertical position, and then route the control wire through the door under the deadbolt latch set. Just like this. Now we're going to mount the mounting plate to the door. From the side marked, this side against door, route the control wire through the rectangular slot in the mounting plate, rectangular slot. Now place the mounting plate against the door with the tailpiece passing through the center hole in the 3-hole set. Secure the mounting plate to the exterior assembly using 1 1/8 inch screws. This was kind of a pain in the butt. but I finally got both screws in there after some jimmying was done. Check that the rubber gasket's properly aligned and corrected as necessary. Tighten securely with a handheld Phillips screwdriver. Do not over tighten. And you have an option of using a 1/16 inch drill bit to drill a pilot hole through this hole right there and put an extra screw in, which I did not. This was strong enough. Lock and unlock using the key to see if the deadbolt latch is opening and closing easily. This key looks like something you'd find in a bubblegum machine. Nope, works okay. Now we're going to attach the control wire to the interior assembly. Use care to attach the control wire, male plug, to the interior assembly female socket connector. Do not force the control wire, male plug, into the interior assembly female socket connector. The control wire, male plug, has 2 alignment tabs on the smooth side of the plug, which is the top of the plug. The control wire, male plug, is inserted with the smooth side up into the interior assembly female socket connector. It's hard to find this. Make sure you know you're doing it properly. This diagram says it's color matched. It is not. When you're installing this, be careful not to pull this wire out too far. After you click it in, don't force it on, but then you have to feed the wire back through the hole and into the cavernous circle where the bolt is at. Do that carefully. Here's where a third hand would be helpful. You got 2 screws and a screwdriver you need to handle all at the same time. But just be patient. Those little screws we took off in the beginning go right back in here. And of course, don't forget the bottom screw. This is where we put the batteries in. I don't think I need to read this to you. We've all put batteries in stuff. But after you do install them, do not touch the keypad until the blue light turns off. That's very important. And do not use rechargeable batteries or non-alkaline batteries. This is how you insert the batteries. Looks familiar, doesn't it? Hey, who's that guy? Now it's time to test the lock. This is where the fun begins. With the door open, test the lock using the interior knob, bolt it closed. The bolt should move smoothly, and then we're going to punch in the unlock code, which is 1234, and the lock button. Now let's pretend I went out for a run and didn't get mugged. Made it home safely, and I went to walk in the house. I had the door unlocked when I left, but someone locked it on me. I don't have a key because I was, running. Now what? Maybe I can pick the lock. No, wait, I just punch in the code. And then the door opens. Woohoo! Honey, I'm home. So that's it. That was pretty simple. It is 10 to 3 in the morning. I started that project at about midnight. Now, I didn't really take any breaks, but working with 2 hands and sometimes having to hold stuff and dropping stuff and then not finding holes for screws and all that other stuff does take a little bit of time. My overall impression of this lock is, we'll see. I'm going to use it for a while and see how it does. I did set an automatic locking feature on it, which you can do. So once someone walks out after opening it, within 1 minute, it will close itself, lock itself. Now this is a great benefit for me because everybody that walks out that front door says, lock the door behind me. So, and sometimes people in the house forget and you have an unlocked front door. And in these times, as we know, that's not good no matter what time of day to have an unlocked front door. So I think that's going to be a valuable feature of this lock. Also, I turned off the really loud beeping function. I'm not really sure if I'm going to like the silent function or the beeping better, but as I was installing it and testing it and opening it and locking it in the foyer of the home at 2:30 in the morning, that beep was very loud and can be heard upstairs in the bedrooms by my family. Might be a good thing when someone's sleeping, you'll know someone's accessing the door lock, but if they're punching in a code, I don't think you have to worry about who it is. Bad guy's going to break the window. So, those are my overall impressions. I'll do a follow-up video so we can see how it's been working after about 4 months. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that little subscribe button in the corner, and please leave your comments below what you think about this lock and if you'd like to try this lock yourself.